Sweet, sweet.
All right, guys, welcome back to Simple Men Podcast. Today we have the dynamic duo of Nicky Rod and
Damien Anderson. You guys are watching Simple Man Podcast. Our friend Ethan.
Oh my God, let me yell at my dog real quick. Hold on.
So I'll give you guys a rundown. It's Nicky Rod and Damien. We kicked out Ethan. He'll no longer be doing the podcast with us. I'm lying now. He just decided to go to Canada because his little brother Liam got hurt, so he decided to help Liam get back, to his family. He's gonna go see his family in Canada, and now it's me and Nicky Rod running the show. Before we get started, let me just thank our sponsors, Massive Supplements. They got Smashing Greens, Smashing Reds, very nutrient-dense foods, good dietary supplements. Make sure you try out their 10-day fasting kit. If you do everything, if you follow all the steps, you send them the pictures, you'll actually get your money back for that 10-day fasting kit. Also, Violent Hippie, new sponsor as well.
Here we have Smashing Greens, Smashing Reds, so you guys get a perspective of what it looks like. I'm going to crack this box open. Superfood blend.
Yeah, powder, mix it with your water. Bada bing, bada boom. Show them the shirt real quick before we get started. Got some dope fucking shirts. Violent Hippie. Motto is be kind or else. Remember, former Navy SEAL, Mitch Aguiar, Savage. He sent us this, and thanks, Mitch Aguiar.
Yeah, big thanks, my guy. Also have a little bit of Violent Hippie soap, so if you get some of you get some liberal on you can wash it off. Be good.
Some what on you?
Some liberal.
Some liberal?
I was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny.
Some of that B-cream on you?
Yeah.
I was like, shit, bro, we gotta cater to both.
Yeah.
We gotta cater to both. But thanks to our sponsors. Also, if you want to sponsor the podcast, make sure you DM Simple Man Podcast or us, whichever. We need to get these cameras paid off. We just bought new lenses. Right. We got new lenses. We got new cameras. We need a new room. We investing. All right, we're going all in. We need fucking money.
We're on the come up. So yesterday we had a fighting extravaganza.
That did happen.
Yes.
I am now undefeated. I was still undefeated before the fight, but now I am undefeated.
Undefeated mixed martial artist. I mean, maybe the best amateur fighter that's ever lived.
I mean, some may say. Some may say. I had my MMA debut yesterday. It's just amateur. I want to make sure that I felt comfortable with striking. Obviously, I'm going to have a bit more experience just competition-wise than my opponent, but it's like I want to do amateur first. Make sure I feel okay striking. Make sure that I'm able to think properly. My next fight's going to be pro. So basically what's going to happen, I did this amateur MMA debut. I'm going to do a Muay Thai tournament in, I believe, June. Amateur Muay Thai tournament, and then after the Muay Thai tournament, I'll go pro. I can't do pro MMA and then try to do amateur Muay Thai, so I'm just gonna stick it like that. But man, the fight was fucking weird. It only lasted a minute. So remember when you were asking, you're like, how did it feel like time wise? I definitely felt like the match was longer than a minute. It definitely did not feel like a 1 minute match. We go out there, touch gloves. Off the glove touch, the guy tries to fucking hit me with a cross, right?
Like very, very sneaky. Like you guys are doing like a good sportsmanship, boom, and he comes across with a fucking punch.
Yeah, he tries like a fucking cross or overhand, whatever. I'm like, oh shit! I back up, and then he's fucking coming at me crazy. I crack him with a cross and a hook. I drop him with a hook as I'm exiting, right? So now I'm like, so he hits the fucking ground. And then as he's getting up, I see an opportunity for a head kick. I'm like, oh, this fucker's dead, right? And then I catch myself. I'm like, stay in your lane. You're not a kicker. I was like, fuck it, get back and get position. And then he tries another overhand, and then I flipped him off. Actually, I didn't think about it.
That plan?
Bro, dude, no. Everybody was asking me like, dude, were you mad at him? Honestly, I didn't realize that he punched me off or tried to punch me off of the glove touch until after the match, and everybody told me. Like, it didn't. I was just reacting now. Like a punch coming in, move. Like it was like, I didn't think about what actually happened, and then I just flipped them off because it was like, it wasn't even like a fuck you. It was more like fuck you energy. Like fuck you, bitch. Like, I don't know. It was weird, man. Weird. I didn't plan it at all. It just kind of happened.
How about like, because I'm guessing you approached this fight a bit differently than you would approach a jiu-jitsu match, or am I wrong by saying that?
So I definitely, man, I had a great plan. All right, the plan was we're gonna strike. All right, because that's the biggest if. I'm gonna strike with this guy. Can I feel comfortable striking and get the nerves out? Right. Just like jiu-jitsu, it's like, all right, we're going to feel this guy a little bit, let him use his energy, then I'll slowly pick up the pace and fucking, smoke him. So I was like, that's going to be the plan. I'm going to strike a little bit. Then, the next thing was like, well, he might come at me crazy thinking that since it's my debut, I might get flustered and then fucking, kind of fold. So then I was like, all right, if that happens, then I'm going to take him down and then I'm just going to tire him out. I'm going to let him back up. I'm going to take him back down, let him back up, make sure he's tired. Then I'm going to let him go and start striking again. That shit went right out the fucking window, bro. Like, I was like, as soon as we started clinching, I took him down. I was like, fuck you. Like, I forgot the plan. I forgot that I wanted to try to tire him out. It was literally like, just, I'm going to try to take my hand and put it through your head. I was trying to go through the skull, man. That's what I was trying to do.
So I'm guessing your plan with the Muay Thai tournament is that you just want to practice striking specific before you get into professional mixed martial arts.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I'm not even trying to say I'm not trying to have a big ego, but I definitely believe my first 3 pro fights are probably going to be easy. They're going to be relatively easy, local pro. Then once people realize it, this is actually a problem, then it's going to get to tougher guys, tougher regional guys. And I don't want to have my first exchange or my first fight where I have to purely strike. Like, say I can't get the guy down to the ground and I have to strike. It's like, I don't want that to be during a pro MMA fight where my record matters. I really want it to be, all right, put me in this Muay Thai tournament where I literally cannot take him down and be forced to strike, and then make sure that I feel comfortable striking. That's really what it is, just to get experience,
So Muay Thai tournament, you have multiple fights in one day?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man.
That's like old school UFC.
Yeah, I'm wondering that. How is that safe? Come on, why? How can they do that? But anyways, yeah, that's what it is.
What are the rounds? Like how long?
I want to say 3-minute rounds usually. So the Muay Thai tournament that I'm going to be doing is called TBA, and apparently TBA is one of the biggest, or actually it is the biggest Muay Thai tournament in America. Actually, amateur Muay Thai tournament in America. So my coach wants me to try
Thai Boxing Association.
Huh?
Thai Boxing.
Thai Boxing Association.
TBA.
You're probably right. You're probably right. We're not going to Google it, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Thai boxing is shit. I honestly think you're right.
I mean, it sounds right.
I think you're right. But so I'm gonna be doing that in June, and so I can't do pro and go back, and also I have to be careful because I want to do the lowest Muay Thai class. So there's A, B, C class. It goes pro, A, B, C. I want to be fighting C class guys first. I don't want to be fighting the B class guys yet. So if I take too many fights, MMA fights, prior to that tournament, then I get bumped up to B class or A class, and it's like those guys, they've been training for fucking years for Muay Thai. It's like it's too advanced.
How many years have you been striking?
It's weird, I've been doing MMA for about 2 to 3 years with John, but for pure Muay Thai now. So I was doing MMA. Now pure Muay Thai, I've only been doing it for 4 months. Yeah, pure Muay Thai. But I'm doing it every day, like six times a week pretty much. Yeah.
And when you're doing it every day, I mean, you're obviously you're not fighting hard, but you guys are like touch and go, like more strategical sparring.
Technical sparring. Yeah, we got some technical difficulties. Yeah, we got some technical difficulties, but
we learning up in here. We getting it together.
Yeah, I mean, slowly but surely, man. We started off in the fucking gym. We upgraded to Ethan's kitchen. Now we got our own studio.
We got our own studio. Studer. Good old tax write-off right in here.
Yeah, fuck, yeah. Tax write-off. Sick.
I'm going to need you to donate.
To your taxes? Did
you pay taxes last year?
I pay taxes every year.
Every year.
I pay taxes every year. You declare everything on it?
We know somebody mutually that has not paid taxes in a very long time.
We're going to put them on blast. We're going to put them on. We know.
My business.
We know. Shit. Yeah, we know. We're going to say that. We're going to say that. But, yeah, what else? What else is on the table, man?
Bro, if you had to pick what's your dream fight? Like say you're a little ways down the line, you're exactly where you want to be. Who do you want to fight?
You know, I have this weird feeling, right? I genuinely believe that in 2 or 3 years, whenever I solidified my pro MMA career before making it to the UFC, I think I'll probably end up fighting Raul Rosas at some time.
Who?
Rose Namajunas. Raul Rosas. He's the young guy.
Okay. Youngest UFC fighter ever.
Ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, that's mean, but it's all right.
But I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. I think because like they're gonna
same weight class.
Same weight class. And the thing is like since he has so much hype, they're gonna pad him for a little bit. So like he has to develop. He's so young, so they're gonna give him a few years to develop. And I have this feeling that like I'm gonna be one of the padded fights. Like they're gonna like be like, oh, now it's time for a slightly tougher fight. But I just entered the UFC, and I think I'm gonna fuck him up. And I think that's how I blow up. I don't know. There's some weird feeling.
Everybody's got their own road.
Exactly, their own path. But there's that. I think. Bro, I'm so young into my career, but it's like I feel like give me some time with my striking along with grappling. I feel the majority of people have, or the majority of MMA champions, they're very good at one martial art. Very rarely are they good at multiple martial arts. But it's like, so you give me grappling already, and now once I get high-level striking, it's like now I'll be able to have two.
Well, not only just grappling, but you also have high-level takedowns as well, which is like you see a lot of jiu-jitsu guys in UFC, and they can't take opponent down to the ground, so they're stuck striking, and it goes bad for them. But when the second you get like one of the Russians that have really good wrestling and like decent jiu-jitsu, then you see a whole different dominance established.
Exactly. No, I agree. It's crazy. Actually, I was thinking. I like to go back and think about how like the kind of the stars aligned a little bit, and I was thinking how did I benefit by leaving Damien Death Squad, right? Because like the team split, guys, and I stayed with New Wave first while B Team was created.
And they kicked you off?
No. What happened? So I didn't want to leave because Gary had an MMA. He was fighting Tonley at the time for the belt. I was like, I'm not going to leave my coach, And then also I for selfish reasons as well. It's like I had MMA aspirations. I don't want to leave John. And then one thing led to another. I ended up going to B Team, and I didn't train MMA for about a year, but I was getting ready for ADCC Trials, and I feel like that's really where I made big progress with wrestling. Like before, I had really no wrestling, but now it's like I feel like I can definitely I definitely have one of the better wrestling. I definitely have better wrestling than the majority of the weight class now.
Yeah. You definitely made a substantial improvement in like kind of that year where you were like pre-ADCC trials and whatnot. But it's good to see your focus shifting because you've never been like a lazy guy. You've always been hyperactive trainer, and now you're doing multiple sessions a day every day. It's you definitely. In my opinion, you probably have the tightest schedule in the gym for sure.
Shit, I'm the hardest worker in and out of the gym. No, yeah, I think so. We're all fucking hard workers. It's like we all have different things. You go fucking lift, whatever. Well, everyone, I think that's how we get to a high level, right? It's fucking we're all fucking hard workers. But yeah, it's tough, man. Do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. We got fucking this bullshit too. How do you think? So we'll say like you, JayRod. It's hard to say that you guys got good super fast because obviously there is wrestling beforehand. But why do you guys think, or how does somebody progress the fastest? What is it? Because there's people that train every day that are very bad.
All right, so for me, obviously I had a pretty good wrestling like pedigree. I wasn't like a world champ or nothing, but I was pretty decent. I think number one is training. I always sought out the toughest training. So from day one of JITS, I was like, who are the best guys? I'm going to drive there and go train. So obviously that led me to, John and DDS and whatnot. So once I started training with John, like one of the hardest parts was just training every day with those guys and not knowing a move at first. You know what I mean?
Not knowing what the fuck to do.
I started first rounds with Gordon, Craig Jones, Nicky Rod's in there, Gary Tonin, all the guys, and like I started not knowing any moves, and then slowly had to progress. But I think what really helped me boost was not only just training and having like a great coach, but saying to myself, all right, I'm going to build a rock solid defense and then slowly start adding offensive movements and then until I can figure out sequences from there.
I do think that actually that will help with confidence actually too. If you're so confident that in your defense, then like that'll allow you to fucking expand your offense. But now let me ask you, how was training with Gordon and Craig when you didn't know anything? How did you do with them?
Okay, so like obviously on the feet, like I can deal with standing with anybody. So
Obviously on the feet I can do it.
Yeah, that's not really an issue. But like these guys playing guard and doing jiu-jitsu and stuff, it was like, all right, I knew I was gonna get like subbed, so I was just like, all right, late escapes. That's what I'm going to focus on. Step one. I get into a bad submission. How can I get out of there? And then before that, I'm like, all right, how can I just avoid the submission? So like for me, it was really winning minute battles that ultimately led to bigger goals. So I think sometimes it gets overwhelming if you're like, oh fuck, I have to learn all this stuff. But it gets a little bit easier when you just really narrow it down and find really small battles to win, and then over time they build.
You think? Did you teach Jay how to do that too?
Well, Jay was a little bit different. So when Jay started, I was in Puerto Rico when Jay started, and he was in Jersey. So whenever I would come to New Jersey, I'd give him like a game plan. I'd be like, all right, this is what I think you should learn. Like, if I could go back in time, I could start with something. This is what I would start with. So initially, I gave Jay
what was it?
Body lock passing first off, because I was like, all right, you're gonna be able to wrestle everybody. You have an innate ability as a wrestler to get to your opponent's back. So I was like, all right, you have the back. Show him a good rear naked choke and show him how to pass guard using body lock. So from day one, Jay, by a couple months in, Jay was able to, if he locked your hands on you, like no matter who you are, he's gonna pass your guard.
Yeah.
So, and then he started working defenses and stuff. And then I was like, also the same time he started body locking, leg lock defense, and then leg lock reattacks. I was like, everybody, especially your weight class, because he's about 180 pounds, everybody's going to be doing leg lockers.
Yeah.
So I would say like body lock passing, rear naked choke, and leg lock offense and defense.
Dude, and body lock passing is his best pass, I think, right now. I would say
it's a balance between, for sure, number one, body lock, but number two, for Jay, high step passing.
Well, he's been working his high step passing lately. Yeah, it's been getting fucking good.
Yeah, we even saw it. We saw it in trials, and like he only had a year of training and maybe like 3-4 months of high step passing.
He did high step passing.
And he would like high step pass, they entangle legs, take back, shit like that.
Fuck, man. Yeah, because he got good. I remember the first time I trained with him was at Gary's gym in New Jersey. He had just showed up, I think.
I think he only wrestled. Like that was probably his first or second, like just
yeah, something like super new. And I just I took him down. I fucked him up, and then he came to Puerto Rico. I don't know if I trained with him in Puerto Rico, but then I saw him fucking up Nick Ortiz, and I'm like, damn, dude, Jay's getting fucking good. He's only been doing it for a month now or whatever. And then fucking comes to B team, and now he's just a fucking animal, bro. I was doing some wall wrestling with him. Motherfucker foot swept me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The biggest thing with him that I hate is so we're kind of similar in which like we don't have very good guards. Jay's guard is like pretty much non-existent because he'll barely try because it'll go for the buggy. So it's like I'll pass and they'll put me in a fucking buggy. I have to pull out, and now he uses that to escape. I'm like, God fucking damn it, it's so annoying.
And now he buggies from everywhere. Like if you're wrestling, you get an underhook, he's jumping buggy. Like what's happening,
bro? Yeah, you try to duck on him, he just shoots a buggy. Like fuck it, yeah, you get a double. All right, buggy time. It's honestly, if you can do the move and do it well, it's a super big threat.
Buggy choke?
Yeah, super big threat. And honestly, there's really no. I feel like if it's fully locked in, there's no real late escapes anymore. It's like everything's early to mid-stage escapes. Nothing really like locked in. Granted, it's like, all right, you have a fully locked rear naked choke. What are you doing? Have you a fully locked inverted heel hook? What are you doing? You have late escapes, but it's fucking hard for
Yeah, most subs, like you can kind of take a little bit of a break or so, but then you can kind of get out. Like arm bars, heel hooks, you get the angle, you can still escape. I think the buggy, once you're in it, my guy.
Yeah, it's a pretty fuck submission, man.
What's your favorite sub?
Favorite sub? I mean, we got to do outside Ashi, right? I feel like I'm the only person that does outside helix by my instructional, bjjdamien.com. No, but honestly, the one that I find the most that I hit right now is rear naked choke and kimuras. Those are the two that I'm really hitting, but it's mainly because of the style of jiu-jitsu that I'm playing due to MMA. Right now, I'm focused on fighting top position or fighting for top position, so it's like people are exposing arms, trying to wrestle up. I grab kimuras. Or they go to turtle and I'm taking the back. So it's really just because my style of jiu-jitsu is changing right now due to the MMA aspirations.
So I had a question by Mr. De Silva. He shot me an Instagram DM. He was like, "Hey Nick, can you talk about making a living in BJJ on your podcast? Like, how did you go from bouncing to being able to support yourself in BJJ?" All right, so prior to jiu-jitsu, I was making a living. I was a fitness model for Wilhelmina up in New York. I made some money doing that, and I had a bunch of little jobs to pretty much buy gas money. But the real way I was making living, honestly, bro, I wasn't making any money until I won trials. And then I was able to get a few $1,000 a match, and I would try to compete often. And then after I took second and first ADCC, I was like, all right, I can actually support myself.
That's when you were really able to do it.
Yep. I got that second place medal, and I was like, all right, I had a monthly income with sponsors and whatnot. I had I was able to value myself higher in seminars and privates, so I could do pretty well, save some money, and I was able to essentially support myself, pay rent, buy food, all that good stuff. And honestly, you have to be winning stuff if you're going to be successful in jits, or you could take the social media route, right? You could not be really that good, but just get clout, right? Do the YouTube, do the Instagram consistently for a long period of time, build your following, and then you have brands interested in advertising on your platforms because they see value in you. They're like, all right, no matter, because I think what wins is popularity.
Yeah.
That's why the YouTube boxing is so popular now. It's like, all right, they're not necessarily world beaters, but they're decent boxers and they have 1 million followers on YouTube and Instagram. And it's like, all right, half those people tune in. I mean, that's a good paycheck.
The whole thing is, right, sales cures all, and marketing, right? Yeah, it's like they might not want to pay you because you're great at jiu-jitsu, but yeah, you have a big fucking following. Everyone's going to look at your stuff. They're definitely going to want to pay you. But I would actually... So you said you have to win stuff. I don't even believe you have to win stuff.
I think just clout.
Well, clout, exactly. Clout's a big thing, but also it's like you have guys that haven't really won things, but if they're good and they're the best in their little gym, you get privates like that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. Actually, when I was coming up at Gary's gym, I was managing Gary's gym, and then since I was one of the better instructors that was training with John and pretty much training every day, I was able to teach one private a day for a bit, and that helped me a lot, along with working side jobs and stuff like that coming up. And there's other guys I don't want to say his name, but it's there's one guy that we both know that hasn't really accomplished much in jiu-jitsu, but can make fucking close to 6 figures just by teaching multiple privates a day.
Yeah.
John never won anything before.
Oh, Danaher?
Yeah, John Danaher never won anything either, and he was teaching 4 privates a day in New York, and now motherfucker is making bread.
Millions, for sure,
making bread on BJJ fanatics.
Yeah, but for now, as a professional athlete, the main source of revenue we have now, number one's going to be instructionals, right? DVDs, instructionals, selling, teaching. Number 2 is probably seminars. I teach seminars pretty regularly, once or twice a month. And then close behind that, we have the sponsor money that pays monthly. And I think one day this podcast will be something substantial. Just gotta
honestly, I think so. Yeah, I really think so. We're so new. We're so new. We already have getting a lot of eyes. I feel like this is gonna be fucking something big. But I don't think it's all right, you want to become a professional jiu-jitsu fighter. How do I make money? I don't think the goal is to start a podcast.
No, I think if you want to be professional jiu-jitsu, you need to understand, like, figure out your goal, right? Do you want to be the best version of yourself, like the best grappler of yourself, or do you just want to be popular and figure out a way to make money doing jiu-jitsu? Like, because that's two different things, right? If you have to be you have to be super selfish if you're trying to be the best, or the other way around. You know, if you're just trying to make money, you can. I think probably social media is the best way to do it.
Yeah, if you just care about the money, then yeah, you need to be posting like 10 to 15-second reels like every day, right? Trending audio and shit, and then just consistency to grow that following. So now you can go back to companies and be like, hey, will you sponsor me? Get a few fucking companies to pay you, $1,000 whatever a month, and then now you're able to live for training. But it's like if your goal is to become the best, then it's like, you got to be training with high quality guys. You have to be fucking going against like world class athletes every day. I mean, so it's like there's two sides, right, to making a living.
Yeah, sure.
But I actually got to catch a flight. But
Yeah,
what's this last one? What's the last? You were about to say something?
Safe travels.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, sorry, we got to cut it a little bit short. So I just fought yesterday. Now I'm flying to New Jersey today to go to what is now B Team NJ. B Team. I rebranded my gym in New Jersey to B Team now, so B Team NJ, first location outside of the B Team HQ, first of many gyms that B Team is going to expand to. Honestly, B Team is going to fucking be all over the country. I mean, it's going to be like a 10th Planet, I think, or better, but I think it's high. I think it's pretty high quality.
Yeah, definitely 10th Planet is our like main competition.
Or Gracie Baja.
Well, Gracie Baja is gi. Well, as far as no gi. But like, yeah, I mean, we definitely have a lot of people interested in becoming B Team affiliates. But we have to kind of rubbish through and figure out who best suits us, and we need the right personalities and stuff. We don't want like a fight sports scenario, you know what I mean? That's detrimental to your brand. So you gotta have good people in there, people that are consistently training and they take our technique and they're able to display it correctly. So within time, we got the first B Team NJ and many more to come.
Yeah. So if you guys are in Middlesex or around Middlesex, New Jersey, definitely check out B Team NJ. Other than that,
also I got seminars coming up.
Oh yeah.
Let me talk about this real quick. All right, next seminar is February 11th at 10th Planet Oakland. That's Oakland, California. Soon after that, I have February 12th. I'll be at the Academy Elk Grove in Sacramento, California. And then a few weeks after that, March 4th, I have a huge seminar at Legion American Jiu-Jitsu.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, Legion American Jiu-Jitsu, San Diego, California. It's going to be a banger. And pretty much, for you guys that don't know, my seminars, it's not just like I teach and leave. Essentially, I'll teach for a certain amount of time. I'll do a Q&A after. And then everybody, you're supposed to roll, but everybody just watches me train, essentially. So I'll tell the guy that's running the seminar, I'll be like, give me your best 6 guys. And everybody that's supposed to be trained or that came to the seminar, they'll just line up around the mats and just watch me run through the best 6 guys in the room. And then I go home and I do it again the next time I have a seminar. So if you can either come out and learn or come out and watch.
You know what I fucking hate about that is that's great for you because not only are you world class, but you're also huge.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I'm the smallest weight class. It's like, I can be great, but now their best guy is also 240 pounds. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
And you're 40 minutes into a roll, and he's watching you.
I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah. I think it's funny, though, because, that is my benefit. Like, I'm bigger, so, like, but I definitely have to pace myself because
for all those
everybody's
guys,
just fresh. All of my opponents are just fresh, resting and watching while I'm 30, 40 minutes into a roll. And I'm like, all right, come on, let's keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, I asked you actually before we cut it off. So because since I'm traveling to Jersey, I usually teach privates while I'm out there. And then this one gym reached out to me. I forget the name of it, but they were like, hey, we're not interested in the private, but we want to pay you to train with like our 4 instructors for like an hour or something, just like back to back to back. So I was like, all right, like here's my rate if you guys want to do it. So I'm looking forward to that. Those guys are gonna be a bit bigger than me, but it's like it is what it is. We're fucking in Jersey, traveling, make some money anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. You're watching, this is Damien.
Nicky Rod. Make sure you guys check out Smashing Green, Smashing Reds, Violent Hippie.
Massive Supplements is the name of the company. Massive Supplements. Use code SimpleMan. Yeah, SimpleMan on Massive Supplements and Violent Hippie for 10% off. We forgot to include that, so we're gonna include that in the beginning with the little link. Right, a little link. SimpleMan code. Don't forget that shit.
We'll link it up.
Yeah.
All
Jim's
right,
gonna
guys.
do it for us.
See you guys next time.
You've been simplified.